Hello again, my name's John. I'm a retired cook from the northeast of England in the UK, and welcome to my latest bread video. And in this one I'll be making these 12 large sourdough dinner rolls. They're not that different from my other dinner roll video, only these are made with the sourdough yeast instead of a commercial yeast. And with it being a sourdough yeast, this takes a lot longer to make. You can view the ingredients list and full written method for this recipe on the recipe page on the channel's website. I'll leave a link in the description under the video, or you can click on the eye icon top right of the screen to take you directly to the recipe page. Before I go any further, I'd like to give a quick shout out to this week's Patreon and PayPal donators, and they are Steve Tuttisol, Lou Dora, Jorg Depp, Christian Milburn, Eric Korn, The Hash Slinging Yank, Francis De Palma, Deborah Dale and Kyle Knapp. Thanks again guys, I really do appreciate all your support. And with that out of the way, let's get on with today's recipe. To start the recipe, you'll need to make up what is known as the polish or sponge. To a small bowl, add 100 grams, that's 3.5 ounces of bottled water. Next, add exactly the same weight in your sourdough starter that you have in your fridge. If you don't have a sourdough starter established in your fridge at the moment, may I suggest you watch my video on how to set one up. I'll leave a link in the description box below the video, or just click on the eye icon top right of your screen. And once you have a starter set up and in your fridge, you'll have sourdough yeast for the rest of your life, providing it's looked after properly, and it only takes a feeding once a week, which takes less than 5 minutes to do. Now give the water and starter a good mix. Next ingredient is to add the same weight in bread flour, that's 100 grams or 3.5 ounces to the bowl. So in your bowl you should have exactly 300 grams, that's 10.5 ounces. Give that a good mix, then scrape down the sides of the bowl. And like I said at the start of the video, these sourdough rolls take a lot longer to make. The good news is it's exactly the same amount of work as the commercial yeast dinner rolls, it's just that the proofing time with sourdough yeast takes a lot longer. In fact, it takes about a day and a half in total, but the end result is well worth the effort in taste and texture. So once again, if you haven't got a sourdough starter established in your fridge, why not order one from the website shop? It's easy to set up, and once it is set up, it will last you the rest of your life. Now cover your bowl, I use a shower cap for mine, and set it aside until it becomes bubbly and active. This could take anywhere from 4 to 6 hours depending on the ambient temperature of your house. Right, I set this polish away about 3 in the afternoon and it's now 9 PM. And as you can see, it's quite bubbly and active. So it's time to mix the main bread recipe together. First, I'll add the milk directly into the polish. You can use full or half fat milk, it's entirely up to you. That's blue or green tops in the UK. Next I'll add the sugar, then the beaten egg, and just an FYI, all of these liquids are at room temperature. They've been sitting on the bench for the last hour. And finally the oil. And I'll give that a good mix and set the bowl aside for a moment. Now get yourself a larger bowl and add the flour to that. Then mix in the salt, next, make a well in the flour and pour in the liquid, making sure you scrape it all out. Right, I'll mix that all together into a nice sticky dough using my trusty wooden spoon handle. And this is probably the most difficult part of this recipe. Okay, that's done. I'll scrape down the spoon handle and the sides of the bowl. Next, I'll cover with my shower cap and set it aside for 1 hour. And these covers are also on sale in the website shop too if you want one. It's just another way you can support the channel. Right, that hour's up and it's now time to give the dough a few turns on the bench and then set it aside for the night. First I'll wet the bench. Then I'll turn it out onto the wet bench. You probably won't see a lot of difference in the dough at this point. And with wet hands I'll give it a few slap and folds until you can visibly see the dough become very smooth. Right, that folding only took about 30 seconds, so I'll get it back into the bowl and cover it and leave it at room temperature overnight. And to give you an idea of the temperature, my house is around 20 degrees Celsius, that's 68 Fahrenheit, and I normally leave mine for approximately 9 to 12 hours. And once again, like I said earlier, sourdough takes time to develop, so you need to plan your times with it. Making bread with sourdough is all about letting it develop naturally. Good morning, it's the next day for me and the dough has been proofing for the last 12 hours, so it's time to form these rolls. Before forming the rolls, there's a couple of jobs that needs doing first, and the first job is to thoroughly grease a baking tin. The dimensions of this tin are on screen. And I'm just using a little butter to grease mine, but you can use oil, lard or shortening. And the next job is to oil a piece of cling film or plastic wrap that is slightly longer than the tin you're using. Now carefully set that aside too. And with that out of the way, let's see what the dough looks like now. And this is what my dough looks like at this point. You can see the sourdough yeast has done its work overnight. It looks very lively, bubbly and healthy. Wonderful. Now I'll turn it out onto a floured surface and sprinkle flour on the dough. And now it needs knocking back, and that just means getting all the gas out of it. This is also called degassing. And once that's done, I'll form this beautiful dough into a ball. Now I designed this recipe so your dough at this point should weigh 1200 grams, that's 42 ounces. So you need to divide the dough into 12 100 grams, that's 3.5 ounce pieces. And as this dough is quite sticky, you can sprinkle flour over each piece, but just enough to stop it sticking to your hands and no more. I suppose you could eyeball the pieces, but it's much better to weigh each one. The finished result looks much better if they're all exactly the same size. And the best tool for dividing dough is a baker's scraper. So if you're intending to make a lot of bread, you really should have at least one in your kitchen. And they're on sale in the website shop if you're interested. Right, once all your pieces are done, you need to start rolling them into balls. If you want to learn this technique, I go into a lot more detail in my other dinner roll video. There'll be a link in the description box below. OK, once all 12 balls are formed, neatly arrange them in the pre-greased baking tin as shown. Now loosely cover the rolls with the oil cling film, oil side down, and this will stop the rolls from drying out. And what I do now is let them rise in a warm oven. So I turn on the oven for literally 45 seconds just to take the chill off it and warm it up a little bit. If you have one of those ovens where you can just turn on the light and nothing else, that's ideal for proofing bread in, as the heat from the bulb is the ideal temperature. Mine doesn't do that, so this is how I do it. The temperature should be about 25 Celsius, that's around 77 Fahrenheit in the oven. Now I'll place them in the oven, making sure it's not too hot, and let them rise for a couple of hours. There's no set time for this, just keep an eye on them and check them every 30 minutes or so. OK, mine's been in the oven for 2 hours, and as you can see, they've risen beautifully. Now let the rolls sit on the bench until the oven heats up to 180 degrees Celsius, that's 355 Fahrenheit, or gas mark 4. Once the oven is up to temperature, carefully peel off the cling film. Now place the tray in the centre of the oven and set your timer for 16 minutes. That's all it takes for these rolls. And while those are baking, I hope you don't mind if I give my very first recipe book a bit of a plug. The book has lots of our favourite recipes from our work kitchens in it, and is available in the channel's website shop, along with loads of other equipment I use in the videos. It's just another way you can support the channel. I'll leave a link in the description box below the video, or just click on the eye icon top right of your screen if you want to order a copy today. Right, time's up and the dinner rolls are done. And they're looking wonderful. Now place the tin on a wire rack and just let it relax for 5 minutes. Once the 5 minutes are up, you can take them out of the tin using a couple of wire racks as shown, but be careful because they're still pretty hot at this moment. Once they're out and the right way up, I'll let them relax and rest for 10 minutes, then I'll show you what they look like on the inside. And they've now been cooling for about 15 minutes, so I'll break one off. They're very light and soft and smell absolutely delicious. A good dinner roll always springs back to its original shape after being pressed. And the inside is soft and light and has a beautiful texture. Well worth all the time spent on them. Now because these take a long time to make, I normally do a double batch as they freeze very well. And that's how I make my no-knead sourdough dinner rolls. If you've never tried sourdough bread before, you're in for a treat with these, and I'll bet you that you give it a big thumbs up too. And once again, please consider supporting my Patreon appeal for as little as $2 per month, or if you prefer, you can make a one-off small donation using my PayPal page. It really does go a long way towards ingredients and production costs, as every penny pledged goes back into my videos. And whether you've donated or not, thanks again for your wonderful support in watching the channel. Well, thank you again for watching. Please like, share, comment and subscribe by hitting the circle above. If you do subscribe, activate the bell icon next to the subscribe button on my channel page. And by doing that, you'll be automatically notified every time I upload a new video. And in the meantime, here's a few of my other videos and playlists that you may want to watch. So, until the next time, be safe in the kitchen and bye for now.